Hi friends, welcome back to Teaching in Room 9, our region's largest classroom. My name is Julia and I'm one of the second grade teachers at the Soulard School. Here for Teaching in Room 9 though, all of my lessons focus on math for second graders, but everyone is always encouraged to join. Welcome back friends, I hope that you're having a great start to your week. I'm so excited to be here together with you and to be able to do some learning here together. But my friends know that before we get started, we always start with our mindful minute exercise. And we practice our mindfulness exercises so that we are able to slow our body down, push out any of those stressors we might have been feeling throughout the week, really focus on our five senses and our body in the present moment. And then that way we are able to recenter and be focused and ready to learn here together. So I thought we could do some yoga here together this week. I love doing yoga with my second graders. It's a really great exercise to start the day, to kind of get your body moving and your blood flowing to your muscles. And then I also like to do it after lunch as well because it helps to recenter and focus our bodies after lunch so that we are able to move on into the afternoon centered and ready to learn. All right, so since the trees are finally starting to turn, it's starting to get chilly outside. Fall is one of my very favorite times of year and seasons. So I thought that we could do some fall yoga here together. But before we get started, let's go ahead and take a few deep mindful breaths here together. So I'd like you to go ahead and stand, and you're gonna keep your feet flat and firm on the ground. And keep them about shoulder width apart. We're gonna take a deep breath in through our nose, counting to 3, and out through our mouth, also counting to 3. And then I'll walk you through each of our poses today. All right, friends, take a deep breath in and out. Breathe in and out. Again, breathe in and out. Nice job. Keep focusing on taking those deep breaths here together. But we're gonna go ahead and start by doing our crescent moon pose. Since our days are starting to get shorter now, I thought we could do this crescent moon pose here together. So we're going to take a deep breath in through our nose, and as we do that, we're going to bring our arms above our head, and then you're gonna meet them at the top of your head, and we'll lean to each side. Okay, so take a deep breath in. Bring your arms up and together, and breathe out. Leaning to one side, feeling that great stretch in your side. Breathe in through your nose and out. Okay, we're gonna do the same thing on the other side. Breathe in, arms up high, and breathe out. Feel that stretch in your side. Breathe in. And out. Nice job, friends. All right, now that the leaves on the tree are starting to turn as well, we are going to do tree pose here together. So you'll stand on one leg, and you're gonna bring your other leg, your foot will meet on the inside of your leg that you're standing on. So like right on your thigh, and then you're gonna breathe in and you raise your arms high above your head as well, just like a tree. Sometimes I like to lean against something as I'm getting into this pose, so that way it helps you to keep your balance. Okay, breathe in through your nose. And out. Lifting your arms high, breathe in and out. Keep firmly planted, just like a tree. Okay, bring that foot down and do the same thing on the other side. Breathe in. And out. Breathe in. And out. Bring that foot back down when you are ready. All right, friends, great job. You guys did amazing. I hope that you enjoyed doing our crescent moon pose and our tree pose here together. All right, so we're gonna jump right into our learning objectives for this week. We put them in these I can statements so that way you know exactly what am I going to be able to know or do after we're finished learning here together. So this week we're focusing on, it says, I can use my understanding of place value to add and subtract. And we're working with 2 and 3 digit numbers, so really any numbers from 0 or 1 up through 1,000. That's when we get into those 4 digit numbers. So we'll be focusing on 2 and 3 digit numbers this week. And specifically, it says, I can use number lines and fact families. We've talked a lot about our math brain and how I want to try to give you as many strategies or tools to put in your toolkit so that way you are able to find out what is the strategy that works best for me. What makes the most sense for my math brain? So we'll be working with fact families and number lines in order for us to solve here together this week. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and swing you guys around so that you can see my chart over here. And it says fact families. Fact families are a group of related, so just like you are related to the members of your family, our addition and subtraction facts are also related in a fact family. So a group of related addition and subtraction facts. So fact families include 4 sets of facts with the same 3 numbers. So we're going to create 2 addition and 2 subtraction equations using the 3 numbers that are in our fact family. You'll see fact families displayed all sorts of different ways. One way that you'll see it, so I've drawn a house here, but we are using the roof as to display those 3 numbers. And so sometimes you'll see just that triangle there as a way to display your 3 numbers of your fact family. And always put your biggest number at the top of your roof or your triangle. So you can see here that we are going to be working with numbers 16, and that's our biggest number, so it is at the top of our roof. Then 7 and 9 are the other 2 numbers that will come together to make 16. Another way you might see it displayed is this part-whole model, where you have this bigger bar at the top, and that's going to be your total or your sum, the biggest number, and then your 2 parts that come together to create that whole. So part, whole. And another way you might see it also displayed is the number bond. So you'll see one large circle here with your sum or your whole in the circle here, and then your 2 parts in smaller circles connecting to that sum or that whole. All right, so are you guys ready to practice this together here with me? We're going to be using again 7, 9, and 16, or 7 and 9 together to make 16. So I've come up with here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I have 7 here in green, 7 snap cubes. And then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 in purple. So 7 is my green and 9 is my purple. And they're going to come together to make a total of 16. Let's make sure so we can count them here together. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. So we've just figured out our first equation, and it is an addition equation. So 7 plus 9 equals 16. So let's add that to our chart here. We've got 7 plus 9, might get a little bit squished in this little house here, equals 16. Okay, they came together to make that sum of 16. Now, so remember our 7 is our green and our purple is 9. So we know that we have 16 here. If I flip it this way, is it still 16 altogether? Did I add on or take away any of these snap cubes here? No, I didn't. It's the exact same. I just flipped it around. Before my green was on this side, my 7 was on this side, and my 9 was on this side. Now I'm going to flip it, and it is the exact same. The green is just on the other side. So it's the same thing with our second addition equation. So we can flip these two parts here. So we can use 9 plus 7 equals 16 still. It doesn't matter which side of the equation or which side of the plus sign here our 9 or 7 is on, right? It doesn't matter if the 7 is on this side and the 9 is on this side, or if we flip it and the 9 is on this side and the 7 on the other. It will still give us that same sum of 16. All right, now we get into these subtraction equations. We've got 2 more to figure out here. So we know that we're going to start with our biggest number. What is our total number of cubes here? You got it, friends. 16. So I'm going to add 16 over here. We're going to start with our biggest number again in both of our subtraction equations. So I've got 16. If I take away my green, which again is 7, 16, take away 7, how many do I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I took away my 7, and it gave me 9 left. Okay, so 16 minus 7 equals 9. And then again, we're going to start with our biggest number here, 16, because that's how many cubes we have all together. Okay, so both of our subtraction problems, again, will start with that largest number, 16. So 16 minus 7 is 9. Now I'm going to put it back together. So now I've got, again, 16 altogether. I took away 7 on this one. So this time I'm going to take away my purple 9. Okay, so I took away my purple 9. And how many did I have left? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. So we had 7 left after we took away the 9. All right, friends, so we just solved our fact family for 16 with our biggest number here, 7 and 9. 7 plus 9 gave us 16. And then we flipped it. 9 plus 7 still gives you 16. Then we take away, so now we're doing our subtraction. We've got 16 altogether. Take away 7 gave us 9. 16, take away 9 gave us 7. Nice job, friends. If that's feeling a little tricky for you, no worries. We're going to practice it together each day this week. All right, now I'd also like to go over our number lines. So we're going to flip our chart here so that you can see my number lines chart. It says at the top, number lines. And then you can see it's got on a number line, you're always going to see those arrows on both sides. And it's because number lines go on with no end. We just zoom in on one section. So that's why you always see those arrows on both sides, because the number line is going to go on and on and on and on. And we're just zooming in on a small portion of it. We see here at the top, it says smaller is pointing this way, and it says less than, and larger is pointing this way. Because we can see on our number line here that our digits are getting smaller as we go this way, and they're getting larger or bigger if we go the other way. And then it says here, this little dot or dash right here is called a tick mark. Okay, so you can see all the different tick marks in the number line here. So let's practice using our number line in order to kind of solve some of these different numbers here. It says on this side, it says, what is the missing number? So you can see I've kind of put my Post-it notes on top of my tick marks, but you can imagine that there is a tick mark right there. So on this one, it says start at a number you know and count on. So it says 32, 33, missing number, 35, 36, 37, 38. What is my missing number? If you said 34, you nailed it. You're absolutely right. 34 is our missing number. So I can add that in that empty box there. I know that because I started at 32, counted up just one to 33, then I have my missing number, then it was 35, 36, 37, 38. So I could tell my number line was going up by ones, and so I just was able to fill in, I know between 33 and 35 is the number 34. Then it says, what does point J represent? So I'm gonna look at my number line here. My numbers are 55, 60, 65, point J, 75, 80, 85. And then it says under here, find a point you know and count on. So again, we started at 55, 60, 65, 75, 80, 85. What do you notice about this number line here? Yeah, I heard a friend say that we are skip counting by fives. 55, 60, 65. What would come next? What point would be represented by point J? Yeah, if you said 70, friends, you are spot on. Absolutely. And if it wasn't what you got, no worries at all. We're gonna practice this here together. 55, 60, 65. I'm going up by fives each time. So 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70. 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85. So I had to notice that my number line was skip counting by fives in order for me to figure out what point J represented. And then at the end here, or at the bottom down here, it says, order the numbers. And the numbers are 220, 285, and 260. So it says, find the halfway mark, then you can order the numbers. So I've got 200 on this side of our number line and 300 on this side of our number line. So I already kind of made a little tick mark there in the middle to kind of show exactly where halfway through would be. And I'm going to start by taking my smallest number. So 220, 285, and 260. 220 would be our smallest number. Halfway between 200 and 300 would be 250. So I'm going to want to put 220 kind of somewhere in the middle between 200 and 250. Okay, because 225 roughly would be halfway between 200 and 250. So that way I kind of had a better idea of where I needed to put that number. All right, then I've got 285, 260. What's the next biggest number after 220? Is it 260 or 285? You nailed it, 260. So I know that 250 is my halfway point. 260 is just 10 more. So I'm just gonna put 260 just a little bit after 250. Or that little tick mark that represents 250. And our last number to order here is 285. 285 is getting pretty close to 300, right? 10 more would be 295, and another 5 would be that 300. So I'm gonna put 285 pretty close to my number 300 here. So I was able to order my numbers once I found that halfway mark. And then I thought about it in my brain, and I thought about the fact that halfway between 200 and 300 would be 250. 50. The same way that between 0 and 100, 50 would be your halfway mark. And then I'm able to order my numbers after that. All right, you guys did so amazing. I hope this is starting to make sense. Some of my friends, this might just be review or practice. And some of my friends are maybe working through it with me and we're learning here together. That's okay. We always want to stretch our brains. And I know you guys are able to do anything. All right, now we are going to solve a problem using a number line and a fact family. So I just received a birthday invitation. So I know that my friend's birthday is coming up. I want to surprise her by taking her cupcakes for everybody that is coming to her party. So she is bringing 9 people to her party. And I want to make some chocolate and some vanilla. So you can already see I've drawn my number line here with the numbers 1 to 9 on it. All right, then I know that 3 friends love vanilla cupcakes, but I know our other 6 friends really love chocolate cupcakes. So that's how we are going to split up our numbers here. So we've got 3 friends that like vanilla and 6 friends that like chocolate. Okay, so 3, I've got my 3 vanilla here. 1, 2, 3, and my 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 chocolate here. And they come together to make the total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There are 9 people coming to this party, and I'm giving 3 vanilla and 6 chocolate to give us that total of 9. So we've already now, friends, solved the first addition equation of our fact family. All right, now remember, so we did 3 vanilla, 6 chocolate. What if I flipped it and did 6 chocolate and 3 vanilla? Am I still gonna have 9 cupcakes? You're absolutely right, friends. I didn't add on any more cubes. I didn't take away any more cubes. I still have the same amount, no matter if the 6 is on this side and the 3 is on this side, or I flip it and the 3 is here and the 6 is here. It's still gonna give me the same total of 9. So we know that our second equation in our fact family would be 6 plus 3 still gives us 9. All right, now let's figure out those 2 subtraction equations. So again, when we do our fact families, we do our 2 addition and then our 2 subtraction. We're going to start with our biggest number or our whole in our model here. What is the biggest number of 3, 6, and 9? If you said 9, you are absolutely right. So we're going to start out both of our subtraction equations with our 9. So I'm going to go ahead and even write a 9 twice so you guys can see it really nice and easy. And you guys know that we are using subtraction. We are taking away from 9. So we are going to use the minus symbol there. All right, so now I've got my 9 here. I can take away my orange, which again is 3. So 9, take away 3, gave me how much left? So I had my 9, I took away my 3. How many do I have left? If you said 6, you are absolutely right. Nice job. All right, now I've got my 9 again. I took away my 3 vanilla cupcakes and that gave me 6 chocolate cupcakes left. Here's all my cupcakes again here together. I already took away my vanilla, so this time I'm gonna take away my chocolate, which again, I have how many chocolate cupcakes? Nice job. 6 chocolate cupcakes gave me how many vanilla cupcakes left? Nice job, friends. There are 3 vanilla cupcakes left. We just solved our fact family for 3 and 6 come together to make 9. So 3 plus 6 is 9. 6 plus 3 is 9. 9 take away 3 gives me 6. 9 take away 6 gives me 3. All right, now let's go ahead and look at our number line so that we can solve here together. All right, so if I was at 3 and I wanted to get to 9, I can use my number line to help me solve. Will you help me to make hops all the way up to the number 9? All right, ready? Should we make frog hop noises? I think so too. Okay, let's go ahead. Ribbit, 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 ribbit. How many ribbits or hops did we make? Let's count our hops here. So we started with 3 and I hopped 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I started at 3, I hopped 6, and that gave me my total of 9. We can do the exact same thing if we wanted to start at our 6. Okay? So if we started at 6 this time, and I want to get to my 9, how many hops? Will you guys help me do my ribbits? Ribbit, ribbit, ribbit. So I started at 6. How many hops did we make? 1, 2, 3. If you said 3, you are really starting to get this, friends. And that gave us a total of 9. You can also do the exact same thing when we are subtracting. By hopping back 9, hopping back 1, 2, 3, gave us 6. Or if we started at 9 and hop back to 6, it would give us 3. You guys are amazing. Thank you for all your hard work. Have a great rest of your day. Bye.
Teaching in Room 9 is made possible with support of Bank of America, Dana Brown Charitable Trust, Emerson, and viewers like you.